Hey, YouTube, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Wherever you are, good whatever. Before we kick off the day, got a little special guest in the building. You know, y'all familiar with my little butt. She went to drop off another message to the subscribers and everything. So come on, mama.
Hi everyone, it's Nick and Kalia. Always go to the gym today because it's good for your mental health. Bye now.
She make a point. Going to the gym every day is good. Y'all thought she was gonna hit y'all with that peanut butter and being fat shit. Nah, she changed it up. She said, I want to talk about something else. So I was like, why don't you talk about going to the gym, baby? You see daddy go to the gym every morning and it's good for your mental health. Well, I don't know what to say. And I was like, well, it's going to the gym. It's good for your mental health. So I said, okay, let's go for it. So she did. We did a couple takes and she got it right and she was happy to do it. Bye, baby. So today, guys, this is gonna be a little different. We going on the road to 180. Straight up, the road to 180. 195, 196, 194, now 192, 193. I've been living in that area for a while, minus the water weight, because when I went home, I did pack on some water weight, got puffy, and I was like, what the hell? But that was me not really understanding that, bro, you've been in a calorie deficit now for 8 months. So the moment that you go off the norm is going, and I mean, I didn't go off the rails, but just instead of eating chicken, salmon and whatnot, I ended up eating like turkey wraps, which I went and got the zero carb wraps, and I went and got the healthiest shit I could possibly get. But traveling allows you to retain water weight, getting more sodium, all those different things that I didn't know until I experienced it. So instead of me freaking out, of course, I reach out to my coach and I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck? And it's like, dude, that's not real. And you got to understand, just because you ate a bunch of fruit, just because you ate a bunch of those things, like, it's okay. He's like, in real life, you like 12, 13% body fat. He's like, you're not putting on 8 pounds worth of fat in a week. He's like, that's not how it works. I was like, I know exactly how it works, but it's kind of defeating. You know what I mean? But whether I felt defeated or not, ever since I've been back home and I done laid off the creatine a little bit, the water weight coming off, and I'm back to where I'm normally supposed to be. When I saw 200, I was like, okay. Then I saw 198, 195. I was like, all right, cool. I'm back where I was supposed to be anyway. But the road to 180 is about to get real because I gave myself 12 weeks, 12 weeks to get to 180. And if I do get to a piece of that goal a little bit sooner, I might stretch that 175. Now, the reason why I know people are going to say, you are, well, my homeboys already say, man, you my wide receiver. You don't need to get no smaller. You're going to look like a kicker. I'm like, well, it's not necessarily for me to, get smaller. I really honestly just want to recomp. But I kind of feel like in order for me to get the shred that I'm looking for, that real definition in the back and the stomach and everything, I need to be at that 180 to 175 range. I could be wrong. I could actually look better, a little bit heavier than that. But, that's just, I'm not determining the weight. I just feel that that weight will allow me to look like that at that point. So we're going to see. But the road to 180, guys, we starting that shit today, right? I've already been in my deficit. I already been eating right and doing all the shit I need to do. But I'm going to continue to just get aggressive with it, right? Because by my birthday is November 5th. And I'll be 38. Yeah, I'll be 38. So when I turn 38, I want to step on that scale at 180 or 175. Between 175 and 180, that's where I want to be for my birthday. Because at that point, that 12 weeks is gonna be my last cut of the year. I'm not doing this shit for another prolonged period because I've already gotten lean to where I'm actually pretty comfortable where I'm at. I love the way I look. I love the way I feel, but I feel like I got more left in the tank. So so I feel like I can get there and I know I can get there. It's just those last 10, 15 pounds, they're the most psychological straight up because it's like I can look at a bowl of rice and just feel like I gained 30 pounds because between peanut butter and rice, that's just my shit. And a good ass sandwich, that's just my shit. But I've gotten smarter about those decisions. Like if I want rice and I want a lot of it, man, just go get some fucking cauliflower rice in abundance. Go get as much as you want because it ain't gonna do shit. Get your cauliflower rice and just load it with your eggs, load it with your shrimp, load it with your chicken. That's my, hey, that's gonna be my meal for when I turn 38. I'm going to enjoy that because I'm going to step on the scale. My body fat will read anything below 11%. My weight will read between 175, 180. Guys, I know it's hard to trust. It really is. It's really, really hard to trust. And those thumbnails in the beginning stages of y'all, catching on to my journey, guys, those are real fucking photos. Those are me at 300 plus pounds. That is me, very uncomfortable in a shirt, very, face bloated, neck fat than a motherfucker. And I get it. It's hard to trust somebody who can get on camera and say, oh, well, I'm 190 something now. I'm 200 even. And then it's like, well, I never saw you at this. That's why I got the credibility I got whenever Luther and I did this interview, because Luther known me for a couple years and he remember when I was a fat motherfucker. So I'm learning to do overlays and shit now in these videos so I can straight show y'all, look, this was me at 315, 317, and this is me now at like 190 something. But I honestly don't even feel like, and I'm gonna be completely honest, my true before and current picture is going to drop December 8th, because that's when I officially started lifting weights. And that's when I officially got into really learning what it was like to take care of my body. And that's when I got into the meta side, meaning your spiritual and your emotional and your mental. Because a month later, that's when I told you, that's when my lady was on that bullshit. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So people use fuel to aid in whatever it is they want to do. And the sad part about it, honestly, when most people get news like that, when most people get devastating news or something bad just happened to them, they fall the fuck off. Either they start drinking, they start dipping into drugs, they get depressed. For once in my life, I didn't want to do that shit. I was just like, nah, fuck that. There's no need in doing that. Why? So I can be the one that's walking around sad and depressed because my life finna change, or I can embrace that my life is gonna change, get sexy than a motherfucker, and upgrade like a motherfucker when I want to, if I want to. But at the end of it all, I think I got more clarity in the situation. I got more clarity in just in life in general. It's not about, upgrading people. It's about upgrading yourself, right? And going down from 315 to right now 197, that means a lot to me, because I know a lot of things the old me would do. I get it. Like, it's easy to resort back to those things. It truly is. But when you've changed and you realize how far you come, a lot of shit don't really fuck with me like it used to. It just don't, because I don't even look for the validation. It just comes. I think the biggest compliment was like just hanging around my kid, and we go to a store, and it's obviously kids that he go to school with. Damn, we didn't know you had an older brother that was in college? The fuck? And it's like, and me and him look at each other like, whoa, what you mean? And then one of the little girls like, I didn't know you had a brother that was in college. Did you go to school here? Did you live with another parent? I was like, oh, sweetheart, I am his dad. There's no way. Bruh, Cartier's my son. That's not my little brother. We don't believe you. Dead ass. Cartier's like, no, that's really my dad. Guys, that is the biggest fucking compliment that anybody could ever give you. Well, for one, I'm black, so I age backwards like a motherfucker. And I be joking with all my white friends. I be like, y'all age like bananas. And I age backwards like a fucking vampire. And then they're like, man, you fucking crazy. I'm always going to be funny. And I'm always going to, I got thick skin. So it is what it is. But it's the truth. When you regardless of your race, whenever you really take care of yourself, you touching grass, you drinking water, you lifting weights. And it's like, it becomes so consistent. It becomes so habit. Guys, I'm not even supposed to tell y'all this. Luther probably fucking roll over and be like, why is he saying this shit? Well, actually, he won't give a fuck. Guys, you can eat the goofy shit. You just need to know that you can't have the goofy shit in abundance. Will I lie and tell you, sometimes I don't have a chicken tender? Hell yeah, I had a chicken tender. If I see a whole row of Oreos, do I have the discipline to eat one? Yes, because it was just one. And it ain't gonna fuck up my macros, because once again, I forget the work that I put in, guys. It's so easy to go hard in the gym and go on about your day, because it's a consistent habit now. It's like, I look at my alarm clock, I don't snooze that shit. I'm like, all right, it's game time. Yeah, you're going there, and if you lifting good, I'm in there for about an hour, 15 minutes. just lifting. That's not even including my uphill cardio. Like I'm in there for a minute because I put in the fucking work. But that's because it's consistency and it's habit. Guys, I forget the deposits that I make in the morning. So when I go through the day and I'm eating my I'm eating my 200 grams of broccoli, my 170 grams of tuna in the can, my 200 grams of turkey breast, 99% lean or 98% lean, 98.2 or 99.1, and my 200 grams of broccoli. I ain't really fucking with potatoes right now, just at least for this week and next week, because I don't want to fuck with potatoes. I'm getting a lot of my carbs from honey and the banana I eat before my pre-workout and rice cakes before I do my pre-workout or whatever. That's what I'm getting the majority of my carbs. So I haven't been putting fruit in my yogurt. I just been eating the fruit, some walnuts, and some honey. And I may put in some protein powder, just depending on how my macros look for the day. But guys, I literally forget about all the work I do in the beginning of the day. Yeah, when you get to this part, it depends on where you are in your journey. If you 30% body fat and you sitting on your ass all day, you ain't touching grass and you ain't getting over 10,000 steps, don't eat that fucking chicken tender. Do not eat that slice of cake. Don't eat none of that. Motherfucker, I'm not finna look, I'm gonna self-glaze a little bit. I know I fucking look good. I'm not finna look this fucking good and continue to beat myself over the fucking head because I can't enjoy some shit. Now, I am not going to enjoy that shit because I am on the road to 175, 180. So going from where I'm at now, 196, 197, truly, that's not as hard as people think it is, but it's gonna be difficult as fuck because now my body's gonna start fighting me a little bit more. It's like, hold on, dude. We done shed a bunch of excess fat. Your arms look good, your chest look good, your back look good, all this shit. You got veins in your thighs and your calves and your shins, but bro, we still need some of this shit. My body's about to start fighting me, and I'm okay with that. The cravings, they're gonna get worse. It's just what it is. So for me, I'm just gonna drink a shit ton more water. I get a liquid IV with the 50 calories. I put it in my gallon jug. I put a little bit of lemon juice in there. Now I'm put honey in there when I use the one that's with sugar instead of non-sugar. I don't put the honey in that. But then, guys, I'm starting to notice that because I don't drink it straight out of the jug, and it's an Under Armour jug too. It's actually pretty cool. It ain't just some rinky dink ass jug I use from a gallon of milk. No, this shit is next level. It's pretty dope. I use it, and I'm noticing that throughout the day. I'm pouring it into these cups, and I'm just chugging that shit down. No diddy, just really drinking a gallon a day. And I never realized it was that easy to drink a gallon a day when it's in that jug because I'm always pouring into it. I'm like, damn, I'm thirsty. Laying off the creatine too. I mean, my muscles are already there. I'm not trying to grow them so big right now to where I need creatine. Guys, this road to 180 gonna be a bitch. Matter of fact, let me change that. This road to 175, 180, it's gonna be hard. It truly is. And because I got people who follow me, I got people who's working with me and ACA, I'm going to continue to document this journey. I'm going to tell you guys, hey, I stepped on the scale this Friday. This is what it said. Guys, this shit is hard. I'm going to be real with you. So I can continue to build my credibility with you guys so that you guys trust me and like, hey, look, we saw it. We saw Sean go from like, let's just give a round number. Let's say 200. I'm 200 flat right now, whatever. So from 200 flat on August 4th, 2026, y'all are going to witness me bust my ass. So come November 5th, I am going to be 175 to 180. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not looking to take any, if I do take a cheat meal, it's probably gonna be a satiating cheat meal. So if I want fried rice, it's gonna be cauliflower, shrimp, chicken, and it's probably gonna be the only thing I eat all day. And it's probably gonna be like 2,000 calories, if that, right? And that's how much protein and shit I'm gonna load up in there. And that's gonna be my cheat meal for the week. And then if I do decide to eat something sweet, okay, I'm gonna get some bananas. I'm gonna get some ripe bananas. And then I'm going to get some protein powder. And then I'm gonna get some, some Greek yogurt. And then I'm gonna get some sugar-free, the zero sugar chocolate chips. And I'm going to use a little bit of flour, and I'm gonna make my own fucking banana bread to where it's super fucking healthy, to where that'll last me for damn near a month, because just eating one slice of that won't fucking hurt me and it won't kill me, right? It's gonna be things like that that's gonna help me get on this journey because I know what I'm trying to accomplish, and I'm not gonna kill myself to do it. Yes, I'm going to make sure the top 4 of my abs and my obliques, they look great right now. But I want them bottoms to come in. And they're going to come in because I'm going to continue to worry about my inputs. I'm going to watch the calories. The calories determine the body fat. The macros determine how you look. You can lift all you want, but if you ain't hitting your protein and you ain't sleeping right, it ain't gonna fucking matter. Your fats, that's for your hormonal shit. That's making sure you can still get erections and do all the stuff that you need to do. You gotta watch that. Your carbohydrates, people swear, oh, you need to get rid of your carbs if you, dude, shut the fuck up to me. I'm not listening to you because the people who tell you that you shouldn't eat carbs don't look like how you wanna look. And guys, y'all have to do that. Stop taking advice from motherfuckers who don't look like how you wanna look at all. I literally, I think it was about 3-4 months ago, I told y'all, one of the guys I work with, Fadil Geladini, great guy, man, fucking awesome. He saw me tired as hell, bags under my eyes, but I went to the gym and I put in the work. And that was when I started really restricting my carbs. I went from fucking 100 grams of carbs down to 60 carbs per meal. And he was just like, Sean, you already look great. You know, just stop where you are so you have your energy and can do. I was like, bro, I don't take advice from people I don't want to look like, and I don't want to look like you. So the people who I want to look like telling me to do this, so this is what I'm going to do. And it's like, oh, you know, he was shocked I said that, but that's the fucking truth. You know, like, guys, y'all can't listen to motherfuckers who don't look like, who you don't want to look like, because they don't know what the fuck they talking about. And I'm doing it all natural. Actually, I think it's a compliment when motherfuckers ask me, like, man, what you blasting? What kind of gear you blasting? I ain't doing none of that shit. Thank God for broad shoulders and good genetics. I just had to shrink it all. I just had to shrink the body fat to show it all, you know? And I implore you guys, if you guys want, I think a few of y'all should join this journey with me. The link is in the description for the Calendly. Log this shit in. Talk to me. You know, go ahead and do this shit because I look good. And I know it. That's the problem. And I want you guys to look good and know it. Like, even when I don't have a haircut, even when I don't have my face cleaned up a little bit, I still don't sweat it because my body is still the outfit. I mean, obviously you approach anybody, you don't get a second chance at a first impression. But when the motherfucker look at you in a large or a medium shirt and you feeling it out right, they automatically gonna know you a leader because you can wake up in the morning and lead yourself to the fucking gym. You can wake up and stretch. You can do everything you need to do to go take care of yourself. That's why I said today on TikTok and IG, you have to worry about your daily inputs. November 5th, for me, that's going to be just another day. And I'm praying to Allah that I get a chance to see it because you just never know what could happen. If he allows me to be here for my birthday and turn 38, I want to be in the range of 175 to 180. And I'm going to do that by monitoring my daily inputs. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about how I'm going to look or feel on November 5th if it's allowed for me to be here. I'm only worrying about what I got to do every single day because that's the most important. If you focus on your daily input, you're focusing on your habits. So when you got good habits and you have that discipline and control over yourself, whenever November 5th gets here, it ain't going to be no surprise that, damn, I got way more definition in my chest, shoulders, and arms. I got way more definition everywhere. Motherfucker, I got veins in my forehead sometimes. It's fucking weird. But that comes from that daily input. And guys, when you go in that gym and you put in the work, it's the best compliment is when motherfuckers just staring. Just staring. And it's like, you know what the fuck? And I wear big shirts. This is a fucking large, and I still got a lot of room in this bitch. Like, I don't wear nothing tight in the gym. I literally wear oversized shirts. I wear my 3-4 XL shirts to remind my motherfucking ass, dude, you used to fill this shit out. And you used to have to wear a hoodie to cover that you used to fill it out because you was embarrassed. But now, I go in there. I'm not trying to accentuate shit. If I want to show off, I'll just take it off and be in my tank top, and that's what motherfuckers look. But honestly, I only do that shit when I'm doing, like, shoulders, back, and arms and shit because it get hot in that motherfucker. And when I get hot, I want that breeze to hit me pretty good. And yeah, people think, oh, this motherfucker kind of small. Because I don't like being called skinny. I hate that shit. I prefer the term lean because I had to lean the fuck out, right? But one dude was like, dang, man, when you got on all them clothes, you look skinny. He's like, but damn, I didn't know you was jacked like that. I was like, well, I don't consider myself jacked because I didn't hit my initial drop weight. When I hit my initial drop weight of 180 to 175, and then I bolt back up to 200, 205, 210, then we'll talk about jacked. I mean, my boy Brandon said it the best. He said, motherfucker, you left here a D lineman, came back a tight end, left again, came back a fucking wide receiver. He's like, what you trying to do now, running back? I said, hey, if I can do it, and if possible, when I get up to 205, 210, motherfucking linebacker, let's get it, right? But I ain't trying to get super bulky that I'm intimidating motherfuckers. Because one thing you guys got to realize, you can respect yourself and other people gonna respect you, but you're gonna intimidate people too, and they ain't gonna tell you. But fellas, you will intimidate women. That's for fucking sure. You will intimidate women. I was told that shit. I ain't lying to you. Even being in the store with my little girl today, you know, one of the workers there, all I had on this, I had on some black and white Jordan shorts when I had my Concords to match it. And you know, this hat, my glasses, because I really do need them to see. So, you know, I'm just walking in the aisle, my baby, you know, I give her, guys, I'm a sucker for that little girl. Y'all seen how cute she is. Who the fuck gonna tell her no? Right? And I'm a bitch. When it come to her, I'm soft as cat shit. It's that simple. Daddy, can I have this? No, little butt. We just here to get this. But I want it. All right, baby, man, just go ahead and get it. Knowing I ain't even got it to spend. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna make it happen for her, right? And I do it for all my babies. But, you know, lady who worked there today, she just looked and she kind of just stared a little bit. And I was like, hey, is everything okay? And I'm pretty courteous and nice. I'm not gonna, you know, I ain't gonna be an asshole. I was like, hey, everything okay? Like, I got some on my face or I'm ugly? She was like, oh, no, you are not ugly. I was like, why are you staring at me? I was like, you know, I mean, you could talk to me, I talk back. And she was like, well, you know, I don't know. You just look like you don't really say much. I was like, I say a lot if you say something to me. And then my little girl just looked, hey, I'm Khalil and my mommy's at work. And I was like, okay. But I knew why she said that, obviously, because the baby girl ain't stupid. So she was like, oh, mommy's at work. I said, yeah, she's at work. No issues there. I was like, you ain't really asked me a question. I just asked you why you staring at me. And she was like, no, you just look very intimidating. I was like, how? She's like, well, you're tall, very good looking and handsome. She was like, I just wouldn't know what to say to you. I was like, well, you can just say, hey, and I looked at her name tag. You can just say, hey, I'm Angela. How are you today? And I'll look back at you and I'll say, hey, I'm Sean. Thank you for asking. I'm doing great in yourself. What's wrong with that? You said nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. But when people look at you the way they look at you, oftentimes they are intimidating because maybe you don't smile. Maybe you can come off a little bit like, damn, you know, I ain't got time, because people will equate how your walk and your aura, that shit means something, guys. Luther was not lying about that shit. Your aura says a lot. I don't walk fast no more. If a motherfucker talk to me, I'm looking you dead in your eye. You know, I'm talking slower so that, you know, we can understand each other and have a true conversation. And it's like, I'm not really aggressive, but I will get my point across. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, just kind of like brush you off. I'm gonna hear you out, but at the end of it, I'm still gonna get what I want. You know, that's just my mentality these days. I'm not here to people please no more. Like, those days are over with for me. And when it comes to that transition in your journey, you know, you'll see the difference in yourself. You'll see the difference in yourself when you was a fat motherfucker to when you was a fit motherfucker. That's what it is. Those videos that you just get lean once. Guys, people treat you a lot different. It's not a lie. So all you fat motherfuckers listening or looking at this, guys, I lived both those lives. And I like this side of the life better. And God knows I'm not even picture perfect where I want to be. Don't get me wrong. I still hate the little bubble that I got in the front. But it's okay, because you got to realize, bro, give yourself some grace. You lost over 125, 130 pounds. You're going to have some remnants of that because your body's used to being so big. Let everything adjust. And it's like, I used to look at that shit and be embarrassed. I was like, damn, I got everything else but this little bubble right here. But it's like, I don't give a fuck. I still look great. You know, so what? Just keep doing what you're doing. This is a lifetime thing. You'll get to where you want to go. Granted, I'm very lucky and I don't need no kind of like skin removal surgery or nothing like that. Thank the Lord. But it's just going to take time and patience. And for me, December 8th is going to be like the true testament of me really showing myself to the world. I mean, a couple months ago, y'all saw, you know, the 315 pounds. And at the time, it was like 215, 217, you know, had the abs going and they were just forming. By the time December 8th get here, them shit's gonna be deep. Them shit's, and I understand the calorie deficit gonna be real. The hunger pain is gonna be real. But that's going to be a sacrifice I got to make to look to how I want to look. And I mean, it's not eating goofy shit, right? I mean, like I said, if I do take that cheat meal, if I want the rice, it's gonna be cauliflower rice. It's gonna be shrimp. It's gonna be chicken breast. It's going to be egg whites with one egg. It's gonna be peas and carrots. It's going to be the healthiest version of shrimp fry of a fried rice meal that I can get. I don't need all those other issues as far as like oils and shit. No, fuck that. I just get some damn soy sauce, the sodium-free soy sauce, and I get the liquid calories from that. And that'd be the only thing that I eat that day, but I'm going to prepare for it. You know what I mean? So this road to 175, 180, y'all gonna be on this journey with me. Every Friday we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna tell you how I felt during the week. I'm gonna tell you where I fucked up, where I think I did great. And that's gonna start this week. Y'all gonna see it. I technically started yesterday, but now I'm bringing y'all for the journey. It's okay for me to read from my journal to touch y'all in other ways. But at the end of the day, let's not forget why I'm here. I'm here because I used to be a fat motherfucker who destroyed his life. I'm here because I was a fat motherfucker who destroyed his life, who's trying to get other people to not destroy theirs and to let me help them not do it. I'm no relationship expert because I done fucked a lot of them up, but this version of me moving forward ain't gonna do that. So in the event I do find that lady who, wants to get a chance to know this better version of Sean, the true version of Sean, that's gonna be a lucky fucking woman because she already gonna know he own his shit. He takes care of himself. He leads himself so he can lead us. He can lead us to the promised land. And honestly, after the shit I done been through, I don't even know if that's what I want. You know what I mean? I'd rather just, at this point in my life, just continue to have a dope ass crib, some sexy toys to play with as far as my cars, have the career I want, and just be all about them, be all about my babies, just watch them grow. But at the same time, I gotta live too. I'm not gonna harden my heart because of some bullshit that happened to me. I'm just not ready for the extra shit right now because right now I definitely want to focus get that focus on my body. I definitely want to continue my relationship and strengthening my relationship with God and my purpose. And I feel like my purpose is to help people. I really do. And because of what I went through that a lot of people can't do or refuse to do, I will capitalize on that. Y'all have no idea. And I'm not picking on nobody, but y'all have no idea. Going into Walmart, going into Brookshire's, going into Target, wherever it is that I go, how many motherfuckers you see over 20% body fat? They are everywhere. And it's just a cultural thing. America is known for people it's like the most obese country in the fucking world. Everybody's big. And it's like, when I took my kids to Killer Pie, I think I took them to Killer Pie on Saturday. We went to Killer Pie and I literally was the leanest person there. I didn't eat shit. Only thing I had was the sparkling water and lime because I'd already had my meals for the day. And I knew that none of that fit my macros. My kids know what's up. They didn't bother me. But the waitress, super nice to me. Even gave me a fucking discount. Super fucking nice to me. Her attitude towards me was just different. Oh, you're not going to eat? No. I was like, I'm good. I already ate. I already got my calories for the day. Oh, you lift? I was like, yeah. I was like, I lift over at the one in Salina. Oh, I go to Lifetime. Granted, I mean, I don't see where she lifted because, she didn't look like she lifted, but I'm not going to crush nobody's fucking dream. I ain't going to be no asshole. Only thing I said was, hey, get it in. Get it in, do whatever you got to do. Just stay at it. You can fall, you can stumble, just don't quit. You can crawl, you can walk, just don't quit moving forward. I really needed to hear that because, the past couple of weeks, ma'am, we want French fries and pizza. I was like, damn, my middle daughter kind of a Gito. She did that shit, And she was right. Y'all can talk about that on another time. It's like, well, damn, what other time am I going to see this motherfucker? She just simply asked about the gym. But, guys, the road to 175, okay? And on December 8th is when we get a chance to show the world, after a year of lifting weights, and not missing days, after a year of fully dedicating to eating right 90% of the year, this is what can happen. But you have to have the patience. You had the patience to get fat as a motherfucker. So you have to have the patience to go to war and to get fit as a motherfucker. So I'm here to stand in front of y'all to let y'all know whether I'm traveling, whether I'm doing whatever, we're going to get to 175, 180 by November 5th. We are. And who knows, I may just show some abs or some results then. But I know on December 8th, that's when I'm really going to show it, because that's when I can say, that's when I will hit the IG real hard and TikTok. Hey guys, this was me December 8th. Looking bad, looking horrible. It took me a year to get my shit right, but I took the time and I dedicated myself to doing it. Granted, it was heartbreak along the way. Granted, it was some financial setbacks along the way. Granted, it was a bunch of different things along the way, but I still kept going forward. Guys, if you're going through this, you need to hit me up so we can get through this shit together. And that's what we're going to do, right? So I appreciate y'all being on this journey with me, because this is probably one of the most important things that we're going to do in our lives, and that's take care of our bodies, because you only get one. So make the best of it. You have to, because my endurance is real good. It really, I've never had endurance like this in my life. Being able to go on a treadmill, hike that shit up to 3.5 miles per hour and not be winded. And I get to look at my watch just to monitor my heart rate, just to make sure I'm at a 130 to 140, because that's where that's where you're utilizing fat instead of muscle. Guys, that's a wonderful fucking feeling. And I want you to feel that. My link is in the description for my Calendly. Let's fucking talk about it. All right? Apply to work with me. We'll see what's going on. If y'all want to join me on this 12-week journey, by all means, do it. I want you to. I want you to come along this journey with me, because I'm going to post my progress pictures. I'm going to post yours too. 12 weeks can really get you started. I mean, I'm deeper in my journey than most of people that will start this, if they're not where I'm at or a little bit further along, which is fine. But I know for me, I know at let's just say 200, I will be at 175, 180 in 12 weeks. And that's just, hey, we gonna hit them weights. We gonna grind. We gonna watch what we intaking and inputting. Even when I do go back to work, it ain't no fucking excuse. I'm gonna get up and walk around. I'm not gonna be sitting at my desk. Hey, we got a standing desk? Let me go walk around. I'm gonna find every reason I can. I'm gonna drink more water just so I got a reason to go walk and piss. That simple. I ain't gonna park near everybody. I'm gonna park the furthest away I can just so I can fucking walk. I'm determined to get 15, 20,000 steps a day. Determined. So, well, on actual work days, but my rest days, I'll probably settle for 10, because I'm gonna want to get all the rest that I can on those days. But we can do this. And we can do this by being real with ourselves, by putting in the fucking work and not making excuses and not playing the fucking away games.